Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Fire Red, Nuzlocke. I'm going to enforce a mercy rule here, because I don't want this Nuzlocke to end. And I'm going to use a mercy rule. I'm going to revive my Squirtle and my Mankey. The Pidgey is going into storage because it was an illegal Pokemon. The Weedle that I caught, it was the first Pokemon technically that I caught on Route 2. So sadly the Pidgey will have to go into storage and the Weedle will have to stay. So our team will consist of Weedle, Squirtle, and Mankey. So yeah, there's I'm using the guidelines from Bulbapedia, and on Bulbapedia, one of the final optional rules is a mercy rule. It allows 1 to 3 second chances or revives of fallen team members. I'm only going to use it on my Squirtle and my Mankey. I'm going to try not to make it a habit because, I mean, it's not a Nuzlocke if you keep getting mulligans. Normally, in this situation, I would just be grinding and grinding and grinding. But I'm going to go ahead to some imputer, and I'm going right straight to Brock. I want to at least get the first gym out of the way before before something else happens. I mean, we've got 2 more. If we just absolutely have to, we've got 2 more revives that we can use, mercy options. I really am trying to avoid those. I didn't want to use it the first time, but I mean, 3 videos and didn't even make it to the first gym. I'm like, that's a little bit extreme. And I mean, honestly, I think we're a little under-leveled to be going up against Brock, but I mean, we have his weakness, so I mean, it shouldn't be too hard. I mean, we have a Squirtle that knows Bubble, and he's using a level 12 Geodude and a level 14 Onyx, so I mean, we've got it covered. We've got his weakness, so I mean, why wouldn't we want to use Squirtle? Normally I would be like level, I don't know, I'd be at least a level 12 or 14 getting here. Or hell, even 16. I'd have a War Turtle coming into this part, but we're just going to stick with Squirtle for now. The next gym, I am going to have to do a little bit of research to see what I can use to do the next gym. I do believe that Misty will probably kick our ass if we don't do a lot of grinding. We got to catch something that can take out Misty, because right now we really have nothing. We have, like I said, we have 3 Pokemon. We have a Weedle, a Squirtle, and a Mankey. And I mean, it's not a whole lot. And our Mankey actually almost died right here. I'm trying to level Mankey up and get an experience, and I'm trying to get all my Pokemon, trying to keep them all around the same level. Because, I mean, I don't want, you know, my Squirtle to be 3, 4, 5, 6 levels ahead of all my other Pokemon, even though it is kind of now like Squirtle's level 10. But anyway, basically that's yeah, that's the problem I'm facing is grinding and leveling. I mean, I'm just so afraid that I'm gonna lose my shit, and I'm debating on whether or not to bend the rules, because there are a lot of optional rules on the Bulbapedia page, like adjusting the first encounter rule to ban duplicate captures. I'm enforcing that. If I ever come on a route where there's a Rattata and it's the first one I encounter on a new route, I won't catch it. I'll catch the next Pokemon I see. Let's see. There's a couple that I don't really particularly like, such as after the first wild Pokemon is caught, your starter Pokemon's got to be released. Then their rule says banning the use of potions and healing items, and you can only use Pokémon Centres, but there's no set number. And then they're like banning Pokémon Centres, and you can only rely on potions and healing items. Limiting number of Pokémon Center visits to a certain number per town. Banning the use of held items. Limiting the number of Pokeballs to purchase per Pokemart. Banning the use of Master Balls. Rather than releasing the Pokemon, it can be migrated or permanently boxed should it happen to faint. Player may not evolve to captured Pokemon, but evolved Pokemon may be caught. No legendaries, stuff like that. I mean, but at the very end it says many other rules exist, and challengers adjust their personal rules according to their own preferences in order to be considered a true Nuzlocke challenge. However, 2 core rules must be in place, and the 2 core rules are: any Pokemon that faints is considered dead and has to be released, and the player may only catch the first Pokemon encountered in the area and none else. So yeah, I am modding that rule. I'm thinking I'm either gonna make it to where I can use potions and restricting Pokémon Centres to leaving it at 2, or I don't know really, because 2 visits per town, I mean, it's doable. I mean, look at pdwinnall. He's up to like part 9 of his video, and they're pretty in-depth videos. Look how much he's gotten done in his Nuzlocke, and I'm only on the 4th episode of mine, and I've only made it to the first gym, and I mean, that's 4 episodes. That's like 30 minutes of gameplay, and I've only made it to the first gym. So I mean, this whole you know, if it faints it's dead thing is worrying me, because if I had potions I wouldn't worry, or if I had an unlimited number of Pokemon Center visits I wouldn't worry. I would just blow through the gym battles and like the towns and stuff with no problem. Like if it was just a normal playthrough, I'd grind and grind and grind and grind, and I'd get really high level, and then I'd just go in there and I'd beat the gym leaders' asses. But as it is, I'm like, what if Squirtle dies? And Squirtle did die, and I'm like, I don't want him to die again, because I really don't want to have to use the other 2 revives that I've got at all. Like, I mean, to keep the Let's Play going, I could do that, do the revive every time. But I mean, it's not a true Nuzlocke to me if you have to use a revive more than once. So just the next revive that I use will just depend on how far I am into the game. Like if I'm, you know, 4 gyms in or 5 gyms in and gym leader beats me, I'm gonna use a revive and I'm gonna beat that gym leader. Otherwise, then I mean, if I'm not that far, I won't use the revive, and I'll either just continue it as a regular Let's Play or do it, you know, keep doing the Nuzlocke. I mean, this is it's an enjoyable challenge. I'm gonna get some escape ropes for when we get to Mount Moon later on. Doing a Nuzlocke is enjoyable, and I really like doing it. But yeah, that's really about it for this episode. On the next episode of Pokemon Fire Red Nuzlocke, we're gonna I'm actually gonna do some research and try to figure out what Pokemon I need to catch to make the next gym be a little bit easier. But anyway, that's all for this episode of Pokemon Fire Red Nuzlocke. Thanks for watching. See ya.